Tatiana, hello. How are you today? Genuinely, how are you today?
Genuinely great.
Genuinely. Great.
Genuinely, yeah.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm excited to talk to you about She-Hulk. Girl, I love this show. I knew I was going to love it within the first 5 minutes of episode 1. And that is largely because you solve a very important mystery. Thank you so very much for letting us know that Captain America is not a virgin.
Yes. And I mean, this is the kind of important stuff that we get into in She-Hulk. The questions that you have about the MCU that you were too afraid to ask. And Jen
Yes.
Walters will answer them for you.
We love her for it. A question that I have to ask you, and I'm not even a little bit afraid to ask it. I really need to know what it's like to twerk with Megan Thee Stallion while you're presumably in like your mocap pajamas.
Yes, it is the greatest joy of my life. Truly, one of the highlights of my entire existence on the planet. I'm such a huge fan of hers, and when I found out this was happening, Jessica Gao told me. I think she told me like 3 days before it was going to happen.
Oh,
Because she was like, I don't want you to be in a catatonic state for 2 weeks. If I had told you this too early, we would not have gotten any filming done. So it was like, it truly was the greatest. She's amazing. She's a queen.
well, I just spoke to Kat Coiro, who told me that twerking was all you. Apparently, you can twerk with the best of them.
Like I said, I've dreamt of that moment. And so I had trained. Years of training.
That was preparing. That was preparation that we're seeing.
Totally.
Well, speaking more seriously, I love She-Hulk. I love just the whole feel of this show. I have to imagine breaking the fourth wall is just an actor's dream. My favorite one is not the very, very first one, but like the first time it happens where you do like the double take with Bruce. Tell me about just filming all of these fourth wall breaks. Because again, She-Hulk's been doing it since before Deadpool or anybody else was doing it. So how was that for you to get to play with that?
Well, it was one of my favorite elements of the comics when I got to read them. I was like, this is so special. And for me, it spoke to some of the deeper themes of the show, which also just Jen's transformation, her ability to stay in the same consciousness and to stay herself throughout this transformation says so much about how she, as a human woman, has moved through the world and how she's dealt with her emotions and how she's had to repress them or push them down or control them. And also the address to camera, while it's just also funny and like fun to bring people in, it's also a wink to her hyper consciousness. She's so aware of all of the mechanisms in play around her and where she fits into them. And to me, that's like this amazing double meta thing that the show is doing that feels very resonant to me and very kind of like, like very alive as a woman.
Absolutely. Well, and you mentioned the feel of being a woman in the show. That's what I love about it. It has such a female energy because yes, you're in it with Bruce, but also you're in it with your best friend Nikki, and you can just feel that a woman was at the helm of this show, which is different for a lot of Marvel things, as we both know. How was that on set? How was just being in that kind of very female energy and making this beautiful show?
Yeah, I mean, the first day was Ginger Gonzaga and I like in a corner booth at the bar at Legalese, and she's trying to teach me how to swipe date, and I'm like, I've got like a stack of work this high in front of me, but it was all of these like scenes about friendship and these scenes about connection and these scenes about what your friends do to draw you out and how you have ideas about who you are and you struggle to push through those. So it's all these like very relatable things, and it was with this like joyful feminine energy that we played in those spaces. And like, for me, I've had a deeply internalized misogyny about femininity, like I have, just like our culture looked at it in a certain way. And to be able to embody it in this character and to feel my own femininity and express it with like this joy was just, it's like a wonderful gift. And to have it exist in this, like it's a bit of a boys club, the Marvel world, and
a
little bit. So it feels kind of revolutionary, to have it in there.
Absolutely. Well, Tatiana, unfortunately, that is my time, but thank you so very much for taking the time to speak with me today. I can't wait to watch the rest of the series and hopefully talk to you again very soon. You are amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much.